Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to talk about the 2000 psychological thriller movie Unbreakable, starring Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, Robin Wright Penn, Spencer Treat Clark, Charlene Woodard, Eamon Walker. I really do love watching this movie so much. The basic plot of it is about this man. Uh, well, first off, it has to do with this uh, boy Elijah Price, born, and he is born with a pretty major birth defect when it's like anywhere he goes or anywhere he moves, walks, either outside or in his home, he can fall and break something almost immediately. And then there's this man, David Duns. He's a security guard, works at a security guard at a football at a college, and he is never able to be injured. Although he did get sick once, but never he didn't get it. He doesn't get injured. Nothing breaks on him. It's like he's invulnerable. And one day, there, David Dunn finds out that he really is invulnerable when he is on this train ride back home, and it crashes into another train. Everyone dies except for one other man and him. And then that other man eventually dies, and he ends up being the only person who survived that train wreck. And then Elijah Price puts this card on the front of David Dunn's car, saying, I think, how long has it been since you have been sick or something? And I think the next day, David takes his son over to the comic store, or the art gallery that Elijah Price is the head owns. And then that's when Elijah Price starts telling David Dunn and his son that he has this bone disorder, that his bones are very easy to break. And then he's been trying to find this one person who is invulnerable, unharmed, because he's named all these other disasters that have happened and everyone else died. And then he talks about that train wreck, one survivor. And David Dunn starts thinking he's kind of a loon. And then David leaves the art gallery. Then one day, when David is working as a security guard at the football stadium, Elijah meets up with him again, and that's when Elijah starts putting the pieces together that he could have picked any career, any line of work in his life, but then he chose to protect people. And then Elijah and David proceed to walk to this line where people this security line where people are being checked for weapons or anything that could be harmful. And David brushes past this guy who's wearing a camouflage army jacket, and then gets a picture in his mind of that he may be holding something. Then that guy walks out of the line once David tells this other security guard to start checking for weapons. And David walks Elijah to his seat, and then Elijah starts questioning him about David has this kind of instinct about people, and that some people may have done something bad. And he also was questioning him about what he thought of that guy with a camouflage army jacket might have been holding a weapon, and it was a silver gun with a black grip tucked in the back of his pants. I think it was on the right. It was on the left side of him. And then Elijah proceeds to go after that guy, and then Elijah falls downstairs, almost breaking every bone I think it's his right leg. He shatters his knee, and then he kind of tumbles down to the bottom of the stairs. Then Elijah sees the silver gun with the black grip tucked in the back of that guy's pants on the left side, and Elijah realizes that David Dunn has some kind of a superhuman ability. And then Elijah goes to get his leg worked on, and he goes to the hospital where David Dunn's wife works at. So Elijah starts questioning her about personal things, and then Elijah says to the wife that Elijah knows that the husband is named David. And that's when Elijah starts kind of stalking them in a way. And the more and more David starts realizing that he does have some kind of a superhuman ability and he ends up saving these two girls from I think it's two girls from this man who killed their father and was about to rape their mom. And then we find out at the end, near the end of the movie, that Elijah Price was the one who had been the one who was behind all those disasters that he was naming earlier in the movie. The most recent one, the train wreck. So he ends up being the villain of the movie, even though he turns out to try and be, we think he's a friend, he turns out to be the villain. So if you haven't already, I would highly appreciate it if you would subscribe over here if you're watching the video by itself, or subscribe down here if you're watching the video on my channel. Another really good plot is about David Dunn's son, and he starts really believing that his dad is the superhero, and he kind of tests his kind of fortitude of almost he wants to shoot his dad, but he doesn't. So I don't think there's anything else I can say about this. So stay cool and roll out to the movies.